Here in Pontycymer, life was different from the Pontycymer we know now. The valley has been through some significant changes since the 1930s and 1940s, and we've always wondered what it would have been like to live in the valleys during World War II. How did it affect the pupils' food, schooling, and way of life?
We thought we would delve into the past, find out what life as a child would have been like during this time in history, realising that we would be the last generation who would have the opportunity to speak to the people who were actually there. We began to investigate and research about the past. We decided to speak to a local expert.
By air raids, not so much in the Garo Valley, but in cities. You did get occasionally stray bombers coming across the valley, heading back to Germany, and they'd have a load of bombs on which they hadn't dropped, and sometimes they dropped them on various places to get rid of them. But don't forget, you couldn't see what was underneath them because there was a blackout, right? So you had to think, oh well, relatively safe here, we'll just unload our bombs. And there's lots of cases where bombs were unloaded on villages by mistake, and there were bombs dropped on mountains.
In the war, food was scarce. In Pontycymer, people would shop locally and would buy whatever they could get. Food like oranges were a real luxury.
Lots of people grew their own vegetables in their back gardens or on allotments.
People were waiting for hours in queues to get food, sometimes not even knowing what they were getting. People could only buy a certain amount of items due to the rationing that took place. Oxford Street was the main shopping centre in Pontycymer. Even clothes were rationed. People were only allowed a new outfit once each season.
During the war, things weren't just black and white and boring. They didn't have TVs for entertainment though. What on earth did they do with their spare time?
For fun, children played cowboys and Indians, and chase, a bit like now, and they explored the beautiful scenery in Pontycymer.
There were many things to do in Pontycymer, including walks to the picturesque lakes and even picnicking in the mountains above. These beautiful areas are still in the valley today. Also for entertainment, children visited one of the 3 cinemas in Pontycymer, where they watched moving images in black and white. This was a real treat. There was a local dance school in Pontycymer during the 1930s and 40s. This was very popular amongst women. The central hubs of the community were the churches and chapels. People of the valley gathered here to worship and sing hymns, but it provided people with a lot more.
The tabernacle was used apart from being a chapel anyway, but the rooms behind the vestry were used as meeting places. First aid was practiced there, very important because you didn't know that there might be a bomb and you might have to help out. Clothes were collected there, again for people who were bombed out. Evacuees were taken there, and from there people would come and say, right, I'll have those 2 girls for there and take them with me to live in my house until the war is over, until they get sent for.
As you have just heard, the tabernacle in Meadow Street and many others like it were very important and not just buildings. As a child, life in Pontycymer was very similar to our lives. They went to school every day like us and had lessons like English and maths. However, there are lots of differences too.
For example, the school nurse visited the school each term and checked hair for lice, wrists for ringworms, as well as tummies for flea bites. That wouldn't happen now.
On St. David's Day, children wore leeks or daffodils, Welsh costumes or Welsh hats and shawls. Children performed Welsh action songs. Eisteddfods were held in the Memorial Hall in Pontycymer. We have Eisteddfods every year still. There were numbers of schools in the valleys years ago. During the school day, you could be in for a shock when halfway through your lesson, air raid sirens sounded. Mr. Jarvis will tell us more.
A typical school day would be much the same as it is today. You would come in at 9 o'clock, you'd register, you would go to your classroom, you would sit at your desks and wait for the lessons to begin. During the lessons were all the normal lessons that you have today, but perhaps a little bit different. But what you would have is, at some time during the day, maybe your teacher would either say, right class, air raid drill, and you would have to reach into your little cardboard boxes, get your masks out, put them on, stand up and walk quietly out of the classroom to the cellar of the school where you would find shelter.
17th of March 1941. The alert sounded at 3:15. Raiders passed, went at 4 p.m. 26th of March 1941. The alert sounded at 9:15 a.m. Raiders passed, went at 9:30 a.m. Again, the alert sounded at 19:40 a.m. The children were immediately dispersed. The raiders passed at 10 a.m.
26th February 1943. The morning of this day was devoted to celebrate Tweed Girl Dowry. A very interesting programme was prepared and nicely carried out. The afternoon is given as a holiday.
All in all, we think that life as a child during World War II sounds quite tough, although we know it's just a way of life. We can't imagine what it must have been like, with family members off to war, rationing to contend with, and strict rules to follow at school. Maybe life in 2017 isn't as bad as we think.